This is a re-upload for archival purposes of my older content. This video was originally uploaded to Experimental Madness in 2017. See the full story and description.
A year ago, I bought this telescope. It's a Newtonian reflector. It was on a Dobsonian mount, so all the pictures I could get was just like the moon, Saturn, Jupiter, planets. I wanted to take photos of deep sky objects like galaxies and nebulas, but I couldn't do that with my Dobsonian mount for this telescope. So, just like a few weeks ago, I bought a Skywatcher Eq5 Mount from Adelaide. I also bought some adapters like polar scopes and tube rings and all sorts of other things that attach to it. So the tube rings are here. They cost me about $70. These together cost me about $800 to $900, and this costed me about $400. I also bought a DSLR about a year ago. That cost me about $200, plus the lens here is about $60. It's a Yongnuo lens. And I'm going to be attaching it to my telescope to take deep sky object photos. This telescope's a 6-inch reflector, and I'm going to be unboxing all of these today. All of this coincidentally arrived today. This is from Melbourne, this is from America, and this is from Adelaide. So as you can see, astronomy is quite an expensive hobby to get into. I got all my money from Macca's because I've been working there for about a year now. 13-inch dovetail bar, so I can attach my telescope to the tube rings. This is the polar scope I got. Oh, this is the motor! That looks so cool! Look at these two motors. And here's the controller. This is like a battery pack, I'm guessing. This looks like cheap plastic. They've even got the exposed wires here. I got the dovetail bar on. Took me some time, but I eventually got it. These are backwards, they're opposite, but this one's facing this way, that one's facing that way. I'm not sure if that makes a difference, but I'm hoping it'll still work just fine. I found this hard. I'm gonna find a lot of that hard. All of the motors and controllers and things. That's gonna be annoying. It's a box inside a box, seriously. What the heck? I just broke the window. Oh. That is not good. My telescope's all fine though. Look inside. See, the mirror's fine. There's nothing wrong with my telescope at least. Okay, well, my mum wasn't very impressed about that. So I'm just keeping my telescope on the floor now. Okay, so this is the unboxing of the Eq5 mount right now. And so far you can see... Oh, what's this? Oh, this is the thing that holds the dovetail bar. So if we look at the instructions... Wait, this is a mounting plate? Also, it comes with its own mounting plate. This is if I've got a small telescope, so I don't need that right now. Okay, so this is the actual telescope mount that moves with the sky. This is huge. Now let's open this up. Oh, this feels really light. I think it's just got a bunch of screws in it and things. Look, there's nothing in there. They just put a bunch of bubble wrap for screws. Wait, it came with its own mounting plate. You mean I didn't need to buy one? Oh, this is heavy. I reckon this is the counterweights. There's the counterweights. Accessory tray. Okay, well, here's my tripod. Oh. Oh, that's epic. Longer it gets. Oh, that's heaps. Okay guys, so it's about an hour or two later, and I've finally gotten most of this ready. See, I've got this all mounted on here, it's all mounted up. As you can see, I've got the motor on here. I've got the counterweights on there, I've got another motor right here. And I'm putting it all back together now. And I'm gonna have a test and see if it works soon. Okay guys, so I used the counterweights to balance my telescope on both the axes. I got it balanced, and then I went outside. It was quite cloudy, so there was only some parts of the sky that was actually clear. So I only got to take a few photos, and they were pretty bad. I couldn't polar align properly because it was my first night out, and I didn't know where the Southern Star was. And so it was really hard for me to find it, and I didn't really know how to do drift alignment. And so I got this photo. It's only a 15-second exposure, and there's already a bit of star trails on it. I brightened it up in GIMP, and it looks really grainy now. This is an image of the Keyhole Nebula. It's about 100 photos stacked together on my Dobsonian mount, and there is no color, it's just a few stars. Whereas just this one photo from my mount got all this color. It is a little bit grainy because I brightened the image in GIMP. Okay, so I just had another clear night. I only had about half an hour to an hour, so I had to polar align, which took a long time. I finally actually got it correctly polar aligned. I could see the stars, and that was really good. And I got an exposure up to 90 seconds, which did still have a little bit of star trails, but it was still pretty good. And here's the image of the 160-second exposure. I'm going to try to take more photos of the Keyhole Nebula and stack the images together to get a more detailed picture with a lower ISO so it doesn't have as much grain or hot pixels. And maybe even try to take photos of galaxies.